If you do the math in John 11, you will see that even if Jesus had immediately left when he got word that Lazarus was sick, Lazarus would still have been dead. Okay, so that's an important thing to think about. But the real thought that I want to hone in on today is the Jews' reaction whenever Jesus said, "Open the tomb." They said, "He's been dead for 4 days. He stinks by now." And I heard the pastor this morning reference that particular passage, and the thought struck me like it had never struck me before, that their concern wasn't the fact that Lazarus was dead, their concern was the fact that he stunk. Okay? And I'm not necessarily saying that this is what this text means. In fact, I'm not. But it is a spiritual point that I want to raise, and I think a scriptural point that I want to raise, that we are oftentimes more concerned about treating the symptoms of sin than treating the cause of sin. The cause of sin is a dead, hard, stony heart. The fact that we are alienated from God, that we are enemies of God. And we don't want to address that. We want to address the fact that, people cuss and smoke and drink and do things that they shouldn't do, and they lie and cheat and steal and all of these different things. And we put it in their mind that if they can stop doing these things, then maybe they can have a relationship with God. No, that's not it at all. That's not the gospel at all. The gospel is you are dead in your trespasses and sins. You stink not because you're a part of the world, or, because you've got some issues that you need to work out. You stink because you're dead. But the good news is that Jesus is the resurrection and the life, and he that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And so Jesus was able to cure not only the stench that Lazarus was going to put forth, but he was doing that because he was curing the real problem. He was healing him, he was raising him to life. So there's a lot about that chapter that we could and should talk about, but that's just a thought that struck me today, and thought that it was worth sharing. Don't treat the symptom, treat the cause. People don't stink because, they do sinful things. They do sinful things because they're sinners. We are dead. We are alienated from God. We need life. We need reconciliation to the fullest extent, and that is only possible not through religion, not through baptism, not through the taking of the Lord's Supper, not through any of these physical things, but in the person of Jesus Christ. All those other things have their place afterwards, but we have to get to the core problem, and the core problem is we are dead in our trespasses and sins, but Jesus is the life.